I'm a community police officer in Sierra Vista, and my responsibilities include just being visible in the community and being visible and being available to the tenants of Sierra Vista. Building trust, being out there, building trust with the community, and just showing them that, we care, I care about this community, and the things that I do, the things that I enforce are because I care. I want to make it a safe place for their children to grow up, and there's a lot of kids out here, so I really want to make it a safe place for the children so they can go outside and play and not worry about someone driving by and shooting or any other criminal activity. They don't need to see that. They don't need to grow up like that.
There's kind of an aspect of that, if you can kind of interrupt that generational cycle, that it's one more piece and maybe making things better, improving the situation over time.
Yeah, I think a lot of the kids around here have grown up seeing their father, mother, grandparents, being arrested, and that's just all negative contact with the police. And I think we need to change that. We're not bad. They need to know that criminal activity, dealing dope, having doing a drive-by, that's not okay. That's not a way to live. That there's a better life outside of here. And, the police are here to help them, although they think it's negative because we ended up arresting their mom or dad because of illegal crime activity. They need to know that that's not okay. Dealing dope and, doing drive-bys is not okay. That's not acceptable. They need to know that there's a bigger and better life outside of here.
So if there are calls, they will not dispatch you. I mean, you truly are fully 100% community policing.
Correct.
Here. What the city talks about, and what I suppose it would like to get to on an even greater scale once it gets more officers. But you've been doing this since January, and tell me about why this was something that you wanted to do when the opportunity presented itself to you.
Working patrol. I've worked patrol most of my career. And the city is just so... Hi!
Hey, Officer D.
Hi there, how are you?
Good morning, how you doing?
Good. Are you going to have the girls later on doing their dancing?
Yeah.
What time?
They should be running through here probably about 10,
Okay.
11.
Okay, we'll come back.
Okay.
Okay.
Who's there with you?
Roger Phillips
Oh,
from The
hi.
Record.
How are you? I'm just watching her work.
From taking pictures of me.
You don't want me to? Are you serious?
Huh?
Are you serious?
Yeah.
You don't want him taking pictures of you?
Yeah, you can take pictures. I
You
just wanna
can.
know where
He's
you're
just
from.
messing with you.
From The Record.
He's from The
Oh.
Record. We'll come back. We'll come back and talk to you so we can talk about what you do.
I'm gonna take my son and you over here and find out you want him. He's going to go have a meeting.
Okay.
I'm going to drop him off and then I'll be right back.
All righty. I like your dress. You look nice. I was telling you about the...
Well, I was going to say, you were telling me about, you grew up in South Modesto, but you always stocked and held kind of was a place that interested you.
Yeah.
And you can maybe talk about the reasons for that and why you chose to work here.
Yeah, I grew up in San Joaquin County, not in Stockton, and my parents would come to Stockton to do business. They had I remember going to a Spanish movie theater. They played movies in Spanish, so that was one of the areas my parents liked to bring us to. And I just remember coming here and just going to downtown and just seeing just the diversity, just a lot of Hispanic, I remember Asian, and I just, growing up, it just really interested me to, once I decided to become a police officer, I knew that Stockton was the place for me just because of the melting pot, the diversity. I knew that I would be a benefit to this city because I know Spanish and I know the culture.
You've never looked back. I mean, it's been what you hoped it would be, and you've had the opportunities
that and
you
more
hoped that you would have.
Yeah. It's really busy when I work patrol. Just the busyness, I enjoy that. Just the people. I've always worked south Stockton. I enjoy working with the people, helping the people. There's a lot of people that need help that don't know a lot of the resources, and that's part of the reason I got into this job is I truly wanted to help people, route people towards the right direction. I've had cases where I've walked them through all the way to going to court with them, because they were afraid to go, and I was there for them. So, it's really important to me to build that relationship because I do care. I do care when victims are victimized. I like to see it through. I've, have a few cases that, I still to this day go check on them to make sure they're okay and, to see how everything's going. And I think not just myself, I know there's a lot of officers in this department that are the same way.
How do things compare here to, say, 14 years ago when you first were an officer?
I think it's the same.
Yeah. Did you see it get in, say, 5-6 years ago? Did you see things spike and get worse even for a period, or?
I think it just shifts. Crime, it could be low for a couple years and then it'll go back up. I think the difference now is that we have a lot more officers. I remember working, a certain district, and there was just 2 of us handling the entire district. And then when a lot of the officers were leaving, when the city went on bankruptcy or filed for bankruptcy and officers were leaving, we were very, very short-staffed. I remember roll call, there was only maybe a handful of officers for the entire city, and now, you go to roll call and there isn't a place to sit.
57 is disconnected, so
I think that's the major difference is we have a lot more officers.